Yeah, I can hear you.
Alrighty, we got Liam Robbins on this now. If you have a question, raise your hand, turn your camera on, please. Robbie, go.
Hey Liam, you had 7 points, I think, in the last 4 minutes of the game. What would it take for you guys, and you as maybe one of the leaders of the teams to turn things around after it got kind of ugly there late in the game?
Coach Stackhouse and the staff informed us before the game, like that they're going to just try and muck it up. But if we stay the course, stick to our principles, and beat us, that we were going to come out on top. And so we just kept doing that, kept grinding it out, and we came out on top.
Go ahead, Ari.
Late in the game you were playing with 4 fouls. Was there anything you had to do to adjust, and how did you kind of, do what you did, knowing that you had to avoid fouling?
Yeah, I made some mistakes, got some bad ones early on. So I just had to be really smart, make sure I was showing my hands and my arms so that they wouldn't think I was reaching in or anything like that to get one of those tic-tac ones for my fifth. So I was focused on that and kind of did what I was supposed to be doing at the beginning of the game.
I feel like even in the last 2 losses, you guys played pretty decent basketball. Do you feel like now that you guys came out on top of this one in a game you really needed, even if this could be, the win to the game?
Yeah, we got I think 4 games left in our conference season. We're trying to go win all 4. Run the table. But every game has been a grind. But closing this one out definitely gives us good confidence going forward.
Yeah, hey Liam, you've been out there recently, last 2 games, kind of with some of the injuries. Stack's been running the lineup with you and Glenn out on the floor at the same time. Just kind of talk about what it's been like trying to work with both of you as bigs on the floor, and how that's made your job easier, how you've had to adapt.
Yeah, having Q out there for me is huge because he knows the offense so well. He's just got a great basketball mind, and I'm out there with Joe Wright, Scotty, and then Miles usually. So it definitely helps because they're all very well versed in the Vanderbilt offense and defense. So Q especially is telling me hey, make sure you're doing this on this, and just kind of keep me accountable in the right spot. So having him out there for me is really beneficial. Helps me out a lot.
This was a season high in minutes for you. Obviously, I think the points and maybe rebounds as well. What has this process of coming back from this probably frustrating injury been like for you? And how good does it feel to be able to help your team, win the game?
Personally for this one, it means a lot. Stackhouse, the whole coaching staff, all my teammates have been great. I was down for a long time, battling various injuries with my foot, and they were always positive. No one ever. All they cared about was how I was doing and stuff like that. So just come out here and feel like I could contribute, it meant a lot because they've done a lot for me. So, not the world really.
Hey Liam, just wondering, we talked a little bit about kind of you getting acclimated. How comfortable are you feeling against some of Stackhouse's system, especially defensively, that can be a little challenging?
I definitely I'm feeling more and more comfortable with each game, each practice I'm out there. A lot of it's just more game speed's a little different than practice, so just kind of getting more reps in games has made me more and more comfortable. And I still made some mistakes out there, but I'm getting there, and I think towards the end I'll be right there with the rest of them as far as knowing exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Thank you, Liam. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Scotty, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
They got to lower the camera because it's about to stall us, Liam.
I can tell. I saw.
Yeah. You got a question for Scotty now, so raise your hand. Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Ari.
In a really ugly game like this one, a lot of turnovers and a lot of fouls, what was the key to you guys for just kind of closing out on that win?
Just staying composed. We knew how they were going to try to come out wild, reaching, and we kind of planned all week in practice, knowing that they were going to, be prepared to get scratched, be prepared to get fouled, and just trying to play through it, try to be composed, and that's what we did to the end.
Go ahead, Robbie.
This was, the first, I think, real glimpse of what Liam Robbins can do for you guys. I mean, how does it change the game when you
Yeah, a guy like Liam, he could do it both on and off the offensive end. He could do it on the defensive end, and he just brings a lot to the team. He helps Q out tremendously, just giving Q rest. And just having another guy in the lineup just to keep in the rotation, keeping him in and out, it keeps the other team off balance, especially since he's 7 feet tall. And, he got some big rebounds down the stretch, as well as being able to shoot the ball. He knocked down some big free throws. So, he made winning plays, and that was big for us today.
Hey, Steve, go ahead.
Hey, Scotty, with Liam in the lineup now with you guys and giving that extra dimension, and you pulling out a game like this, how much more confident is this team at this point of the season in the belief that you can win games like this night in, night out again?
Yeah, this is a big game for us. I think previously in my first 2 years, close games and games where, teams are a little bit scrappy, I think, we come on the losing side of those games. So especially, after the last game against Auburn, we sat in the locker room as a team and we just said, we got to turn it around. We got to win the next couple of games, especially the home games. We got to protect our home court. And that's what we did today, We came out, we won. So it's a big confidence boost for the team.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thank you.
Please, Jerry Stackhouse, raise your hand and turn your camera off if you have a question. Coach, you want to start with questions or give some comments on today's game?
No, I mean, it was an unbelievable win, man. Our guys just kept grinding, kept fighting. Things weren't really going our way. We were a little sloppy with our press break, but we just made plays. I think in that last under 4-minute timeout, our guys they just locked in, came out there and played real stingy defense. We took care of the ball, didn't have any turnovers after that. Just a great win. That team is tough to play. One of the better defensive teams in our league. They crashed the boards big time. They subs a lot, have guys in and out, and I just thought our guys just continued to weather, and they fought. Big Liam had a big game for us. Q was huge again for us defensively, took 4 charges. Scotty and Jordan made plays down the stretch, but I think Tyron Lawrence probably would still get, between him and Liam, would get the game ball tonight because he was just unbelievable down the stretch, hadn't been playing, been out of the rotation a little bit. But stayed ready, came in, had a big basket for us there, put back dunk. But defensively, just getting deflections. He didn't get credit for a steal, but I think he probably had 3 or 4 deflections down the stretch, and that really was the difference in the game.
Go ahead, Robbie.
Hey, Stack, Liam, I think, had 7 points in the last 4 minutes of the game. There's a post-up on the guard that was put back. How does having a guy that big who can, create offense for himself, do stuff with the ball, and, how did that change the end of the game back?
He was huge. I mean, he was a big target for us, especially in the press break. We was trying to get it to him. In the first half, he put it down, and it came from behind him and stole one. But I thought he did a good job of really being strong with the ball, making some plays, to the weak side. He was kind of had to get those hockey assists tonight. They were scrambling all over the place. But he did a really good job on those, getting position on those weak side rebounds. Had a big play in the post there and one. And he made his free throws down the stretch. So, yeah, Liam, probably his best game so far for us, and it couldn't come at a better time, man. As our season, when I was in that last time out, I was like, man, this is our season right here. And our guys locked in and did everything that they needed to do on both sides of the ball. It wasn't the prettiest game. We made some mistakes. But when it came down to winning time, I thought we executed and did more than enough to win the game.
Go ahead, Arya.
Against a team like this and in a game like this that was so ugly with so many turnovers and fouls, what did you guys kind of do to be able to close it out?
I just thought we executed. Like I said, the last 3 minutes we were good. We stepped up to the line, made our free throws. Scotty was big on the free throw line. Liam was big on the free throw line. I think Q went there and maybe got a split, but more so on the defensive end. We went to a zone. I thought our zone was really good, and they made a big tough shot for us right at the end of the buzzer. So we just decided to man up and go 5 the rest of the way, and guys locked in. They sat down and rebounded the ball. That's a tough team. It's one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, And, they showed it tonight. But when it came down to those late stages of the game, we did a good job of keeping them off the board. They got their hands on some balls, batted it out of bounds, but they didn't get the rebound because we were in there battling as well.
Justin?
Coach, not a lot of teams around the country are playing two guys, 6'10 plus, on the court at the same time, but it's really worked for you guys the last two games. What about those two on the court together makes it work like that?
Well, I think Q has been he's kind of been our glue guy. He's been, the heart and soul of us all season long. So, and I think that, Liam and what he brings just from an offensive standpoint, what he brings from a defensive standpoint as a rim protector, having both of those guys out there, we can play, pick and roll on both sides of the floor right now. Just a lot of good. I'm still figuring some things out. Obviously, Miles, not really don't love him at the three, but we can get some mileage out of him at the three as well. But but he's he's selfless. Now he's coming off the bench for us a little bit, but we still want to try to get him involved when he comes in, try to get him shots, get him good looks at the rim. But got to put himself in a little bit of foul trouble. He made a three, got a little bit of foul trouble, and had to come out. Put him back in, try to trust him back in. Then he got a cheap foul there at the end of the half. But all in all, again, it wasn't perfect game tonight. We didn't do everything right, but at the end of the day, we just kept grinding. I didn't think we got the best whistle tonight, at all. But at the end of the day, we just kept grinding, kept our head in the game, and that's the most important thing. I told the guys, don't complain about the fouls. Let me do that, and I thought they just stayed within the 94 feet and did a really, really good job of closing things out.
Steve Lehman, go ahead.
Hey, Jerry, you talked for basically 3 months about how nice it would be to add him to your lineup and be able to play with him. We finally get a chance to really see what he can do tonight. And then you win a game in this fashion. How much can adding him back and pulling a game like this out juice for your confidence down the stretch?
It should be great for us. Again, this is what we talked about. I don't know if you guys probably thought I was blowing smoke because we didn't get the chance to see him too much, but no, he's good, man. He's really good. He's skilled. He's still finding his way. This is only his fourth game, so he's still getting his feet under him a little bit. Really his bearings, getting into some game condition. But you just saw there at the end that he competed. He went there, got some tough rebounds, protected the rim for us. Even if he didn't block the shots, he was changing shots. But no, it's great to have him healthy. It's a lot of people that have done a lot to help him get to this point. Keeping him in great spirits after being off for a year. Got to give Brandon Wells, our trainer. He keeps these guys. He has an unbelievable bedside manner with him. Because they can get down. It can get frustrating. It can become a long season. But give Brandon the game ball tonight, man. He got these guys. A lot of ankle injuries. I think Miles had an ankle injury. Jermaine's a little banged up with his knee, so he does a good job of trying to get these guys available for us to have them during the game. So just a big effort from everybody involved.
You mentioned Tyron right off the top. How important is it for you guys, with Rodney out to be able to get another guard to come off bench and actually, play quality rotation minutes?
Yeah, we got to, man. We're searching a little bit. We got to find some guys that come in and be productive off of our bench. We gave Dorsey a few minutes tonight, early on. Had a couple good looks that weren't able to knock him down. T. Frank, had some looks that weren't able to knock him down. Jermaine probably, he has to get a little bit more healthy. He'll get back in the mix. But I thought Tyron, for a guy that hadn't, kind of been the odd man out for a little bit, I saw a great clip with Nick Saban, and I'm going to show that to our guys. It was an unbelievable clip talking about, just staying ready, when guys get there. You never know when you could have an injury or something happen, and it's your opportunity to step up. But if you don't do the things in practice, and you don't approach it the way that you should during the course of the season, because it's kind of woe is me, then once the ball is handed to you, you drop it. And I think that that's a great sign of who Tyron Lawrence is when he got an opportunity and the ball was thrown to him, and it wasn't about so many of the points that he, again, like it was the little things, the intangible things the deflections, playing great defense down the stretch. Those are the things that I'm super proud of that kid for, just staying ready and being able to help us close out what I feel is the biggest game of the season for us. All right, we were right there. South Florida won today. I mean, can't lie, I was pulling for Auburn. But it's just one. Everybody's kind of jammed up in there, and this was a pivotal game for us to get. And now we're still alive and still fighting for for some postseason opportunities. Again, taking it one possession, one game at a time. But we know that we got to have some intermediate goals as well, and that is to try to make the postseason.
Yeah, Stack, a lot of fouls, obviously, that was a big story late. Looked like some ticky-tack stuff, got you guys in trouble a little bit down the stretch. How did you kind of feel like your guys adjusted? What did you guys do differently throughout those last few minutes to kind of just make sure you were getting some clean defensive possessions and getting yourself back into the game?
Again, like I said, I didn't think it was the best whistle for us tonight, but again, it happens sometimes. It happens on the road. It happened here at home tonight, but we were getting bumped a little bit. I thought there was some marginal plays that could have, marginal fouls that could have went our way. Felt like a lot of the marginal ones went against us, and got them in the bonus early, got them in the double bonus. They were in the bonus with 13 minutes. I mean, that's tough to play defense for 13 minutes. The way that we like to play, getting into the ball and being aggressive. But I thought our guys just adjusted to it. They forced us to get our hands out and show that we weren't fouling, that we were moving our feet and using our bodies. Using our bodies to kind of move them a little bit. Still some ticky-tacky fouls, but it's going to happen like that. But at the end of the day, the final score is all that counts.
Steve, did you have another? Steve?
No, sorry. Hand was still up. Thanks.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Okay. All right, guys. All right.